have discovered something about myself since we went into lockdown last year and I started working from home. I have discovered something unexpected. I am not more productive when I'm on my own. This is strange for me. Back when I used to work in the office at church, I was constantly distracted. If there were other groups of people in the building, I would come out and have a chat. I'd help set up for groups or tidy away. I'd make a cuppa and have some wonderful conversations. And those conversations, those distractions, were important. Part of my job was those distractions. But I couldn't help but feel like I would be more productive if I was just on my own, if I could just get my head down and do what I needed to do. Not true. It turns out that when I don't have these interruptions, these incidental but important conversations, when I'm not able to work alongside other people each day, when I don't have them, it's harder for me to do everything else. It's harder to write sermons and thoughts for the day, things that other people will hear and listen to and I hope engage with, when I'm not regularly engaging with other people. It's harder for me to focus on what needs to be done. And that's because even though a good part of my work is done by me, sat here behind a computer screen, I still need other people. To be at my best, to be the most effective and productive, I need others. As a church, we've been reading the book of Acts together over the last 5 weeks or so, and we're up to Acts 19. And by this point, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the story of Acts is basically the story of Paul. It might have started with the disciples, the apostles in Jerusalem, but since Paul arrived on the scene, it has mostly been about his antics as he travels across the world telling people about Jesus. And that's great. But the truth is, it's not all about Paul. Because it's incredibly rare to find Paul alone. At the start, Paul is the junior partner travelling alongside Barnabas, and they pick up John Mark along the way. In the chapters we've read just over the last few days, Paul travels with Silas, Timothy, Priscilla, Aquila, Apollos and Erastus at various times. Paul doesn't work alone. One of the things about being a church is that God has given us one another. We are not on this journey alone. We are on it with a family of God's people. We are supposed to be there to work alongside each other. None of us can do the things that God is calling us to do alone. Some of us might need to be more open with our church family, allowing others to draw alongside and help, sharing the work we have before us. Some of us need to be more willing to get stuck in when help is needed. All of us should be encouraged that God has called us not to belong to him and seek to build his kingdom as individuals, but to do it together, powered by the Holy Spirit.